So, despite taking a set, unfortunately, he still loses. But still though, Haru is technically a winner, because at the end of the day, he still has Karen as his girlfriend. Hello everyone, and this is Anime Awakening, and today we're here to talk about chapter 41 of the Blue Box manga series. The conclusion of Haru's time in Nationals on the badminton court. So despite losing within these past few chapters, it really has been amazing to see this character building from Haru and of course Karen as well. But Haru more specifically because he feels a lot more important to the story now moving forward. The characters of Haru and Karen have been beautifully elevated thanks to their development within these focused chapters. And this continues within this particular chapter with them getting that special moment together after the match. Haru tried his best to even push himself to find a new level of play, but still he fell short of victory. So that loss must have come with a bit of frustration and sadness within Haru. So seeing Haru hug Karen like that just shows the level of emotion and dedication he put into everything he did within that matchup. Plus, even though he feels down about losing, he hasn't given up trying. As we see him wanting to watch other people's matches moving forward. This of course showcases Haru to be one of these characters that despite being knocked down, he still stands back up. And I think that stems from that flashback we saw with Karen where she was, struggling to swim. Yet despite looking lame, despite looking silly, she still persevered and could then eventually swim a full 50-meter length. And Haru was doing the same thing. He doesn't care if he looks silly while playing, while practicing, or while losing. He's going to keep trying until eventually he wins and gets further within Nationals. And that I really do like. Also, Haru knows that if he shows signs of weakness in front of Karen, then she might call the relationship off. Then again, I don't feel like that's much of a threat at this moment in time because I do believe that both Karen and Haru are invested within each other, and with a little bit more development on their relationship, they're going to come to an understanding where it's okay if one of them has a bad day in terms of their chosen sport or job career. There is a theme of respect present within these chapters, with Haru respecting Karen for her trying despite all of the hardships that she showcased, but then again her efforts were fruitful. But we also see Hyodo show some respect towards Haru and his improvements within his playstyle. Because after the match he goes up and says to Haru, "It's been an honour playing against you over the past 2 years." But this showing of respect I think helps Haru to push forward and continue the sport of badminton after this defeat. Again, Haru put everything on the line. He didn't care if he looked silly, he just wanted to give this match everything he had to push his limits and break his boundaries. He wanted to look cool in front of his girlfriend as well at the same time. But to have a player that Haru both looks up to and respects, to the point where Haru wants to set that person as a goal, then Haru getting the same respect that he gives to Hyodo back to himself from Hyodo really does boost Haru's confidence meter sky high. Obviously that wasn't confirmed in the chapter, but that's the impression I get from the expression from Haru when he's looking a bit down in the dumps from losing, but then once Hyodo says, "Thank you, it's been an honour playing against you," his expression just lights up, and that was glorious. Now moving forward, I do feel like we'll get another Hyodo versus Haru match. This of course would be unofficial because Hyodo is no longer going to be at Nationals. But I do believe that if this match were to occur, Haru would get the victory over Hyodo once and for all. This would be a way to kind of test Haru. Because I really do believe that Yusa is going to beat Hyodo within this Nationals that we're currently watching at the moment. And that's going to set up for a potential Yusa versus Haru matchup in the future. But then Hyodo's probably going to know that Yusa's going to continue to grow and feel like that Haru isn't at the level to even challenge Yusa at the moment. So just before the next national qualifiers take place, I feel like Hyodo's going to return, challenge and test Haru, and Haru is going to win. Switching over to Karen. Now once again, she was brilliant within this chapter, both in her supportive role towards Haru, comforting him and helping him after he lost, to her comedic segments within the chapter that were fantastic and helped lighten the mood and the vibe. I love the fact that we now know that both Haru and Karen get pleasure in teasing Taiki about his feelings towards Chinatsu. I love the statement in where she mentions to Taiki that if he's living with his crush, keeping his feelings and thoughts to himself, it could actually come across as a bit creepy. Now the panels that followed that statement were absolutely hilarious. I could not stop laughing when I was reading them. Especially Taiki's reaction. The guy not only sort of, reacted the way that he did, but he dug himself an even deeper hole by going into detail about some of the actions and smells he was smelling. Yeah, that's a bit creepy, Taiki. Nevertheless though, it was brilliant. Karen over the last 4 chapters has been super enjoyable to read and have on our screens. It's going to be sad not seeing her character around for a while, simply because she has just been so enjoyable. So thank you so much for adding her character into the story, as it's created a lot more development, and it's development that has progressed characters forward, making them more interesting and more unique, while at the same time also leaving the door open slightly to have more development in the future. Karen's character does need further development and improving just ever so slightly, which I do feel like we're going to get within time. I love the fact as well that her introduction gave more depth to characters, making her in general just feel more important to the overall hierarchy of the series. Oh, and the faces that Karen made within this chapter were absolutely brilliant. Here are some to have a look. So, the big question out of this chapter is, will Taiki level up and tell Chinatsu his feelings, taking Karen's advice into consideration? Well, maybe not. Although, it would be very interesting to see what Chinatsu's reaction would be. Would Chinatsu be excited and just say yes right away? Or will she hesitate and get confused over her own feelings and reject Taiki, making it so that she is the one who needs that emotional development and that encouragement to move forward in her relationship with Taiki step by step? Only time will tell how they're going to handle this, but again, it's been super fun to see nevertheless, and I hope it comes soon, because I feel like it would again progress both Chinatsu and Taiki together, sort of keeping a supportive role, but also making it fun and exciting. Lastly, that cover image. This cover image looked amazing, and it does remind me of the Haikyuu anime ending, where we have all the characters sort of running and chasing each other. Yeah, just really love the art style, really love the expressions on the characters, and just the way they're positioned just suits them to a T. Overall, a wonderful image, and I hope it becomes a volume cover image moving forward. So overall, I really liked this chapter. I thought it was very intriguing, it was really sort of beautifully drawn, as well as the fact is, it just closed off an amazing match between Haru and Hyodo. I am really looking forward to see what's happening in the next few chapters, as obviously we're still on the badminton court moving forward, and yeah, let me know your thoughts on the chapter down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and of course, I'll be seeing you next time. Have a great day, alligator, matane, goodbye.